Welcome to Holtonsfixit101. Today we're going to continue on with the router table series. Today we are going to talk about dust extraction and how dust extraction is very important on a setup like I have here. Now, I'm not saying that what I've got here or anything like that will actually work for your setup, but it certainly works on the setup that I have here. Now, I'll go through all the features and how I've hooked it up to the router table and work out to continue on from there. And welcome back. Now, as I said before, dust extraction on a setup like this is very important, because obviously you don't want to be sucking in all that dust. So this setup that I have here, I have it so I can have it through the top in the router fence, and I'll also have it through the bottom. But the option that I have with this setup is that I can shut off the fence at the top and I can only have it through here if I need be. And that's the reason why the fence on here, as you can see at the moment, is actually closed. This setup probably doesn't work for everyone, but it works for me, and this is how I built it into this unit, so I can have that option. I've seen a lot of setups on different YouTube channels, and I've also seen setups like this on different websites and stuff, where they only have dust extraction through the top, and that will not work for me, and it certainly is not the better way of doing it, I find anyway. But I also have down in the bottom down here, which we would all go through in this video, that I have holes in the bottom of the door, so it allows for freedom of movement with the air going through, and I will show you all of that in this video. So we'll continue on and press on. Right, here we are at the back of the router. There's nothing exciting around here to see, to be honest with you, but as you can see, there's the blast gate that I have, and this is all hooked up through this tube into a collector that's underneath there, and I will show you that in a second. But this is the blast gate, which I can pull the blast gate up, and it actually allows air to be drawn from the top of the fence. Now, I've gone a little bit overkill with this great big 100mm pipe, but it works fine and it's great. And I can also shut that back off by doing that, and it will actually shut the fence off. Now, that all goes down into this collector that's down here. As you can see, I'll try and get a better video for you, or better shot of it. It goes into this collector that's just here, and this is just an ordinary T-piece, in which it all goes through into right through this 100mm pipe and goes into my extractor. Now, again, there's nothing exciting about my extractor. The only thing is that it's got a bag on the bottom, and it's got this great big long sock that I've actually made for extra air distribution within the actual router itself. And it's only like a half-horse motor that's on here with just a button on the side. It's nothing exciting at all, but that is my hookup for the router table itself, which, you know, works for me. It may not work for everyone, but it works for me. Now, on the front, as you can see, we have a great big arch in there, as you can see, and there's the big router. Right down in there you can see the router. Now, down in there, as you can see, there is a little slight slope that I built into the actual bottom of the router fence. Now, this is actually so it will aid, I don't know if you can see it with my hand, but aid some of the chips to actually go up into the pipe that's in behind. And now I'll try and show you the pipe, and there's the pipe. So it's relatively easy to do. You know, you just route it around on your with a cutter on your router. But that also allows me to take chips from the top, and it also takes chips from in there. As you can see, it's blocked up there. I can, you know, I've already tried this out, but it allows me to do that. Now, going downwards onto the bottom of the router table, now this is the interesting part. As you can see here, I have 3 holes in here that allows air to flow through. Now, a lot of people would turn around and say, well, why do you want to do that? You know, it's just allowing, you know, you're letting air into the bottom of the router and not through the top where you need it. Well, there is a reason for that. Now, if I open the door, you'll find out why. During here, you can actually see that I've got these nice slopes in here. Now, when I built these slopes, it was quite a bit to work out all the angles and everything else, but I built these so chips will actually hit the sides, come down the sides, and slope into the bottom of here. Now, and you can see right at the back there, there's the dust extraction, the hole for the dust extraction, and everything goes through there. But what it is for, these holes in the bottom of here, I'll close that back up, is so it allows air to travel along the bottom of the router where the router sits. So when air goes across here, any chips that actually come down this slope sit in the bottom of here, and they get travelled along the bottom, and they're funneled into that in the bottom there. They're actually funneled in there. So this is why you only see just there's a few pile of chips there, and there may be some caught up by the cable in here. But that's the only chips that you actually find. I won't have a pile of chips coming up when I'm actually using the router. So that's the reason why there's holes in the bottom of this door to allow air to pass through and take the chips immediately into the back of the router itself. Now, I've got the blast gate at the back switched off, so and what I'll do is I'll pass some chips down through here, so you can actually see the chips actually being sucked away and everything else. Now I have to speak just a little bit louder because obviously the extractor will actually be on, so give us just a second. Now, as you can see, got the router table on. I'll take some chips from my little bucket here, and as you can see, from that it will go, they're all going away. The chips are being taken away. Now I'll put some on the side to make it easier. Now you can see from there it actually gets taken away quite nicely from that. Right, now what I've done now, I'll set you guys up so you can actually see the action through the door of the router table, and you can actually see the chips going through the back. Just give us a second here just to put on the dust extraction, and you can see the chips going through the back. So I'll feed some chips down through here, and you can see that all the chips are getting extracted through the back. Like so. Now, let me switch off just a second, and I will explain a bit more about what's happening. If I open the door, I don't know whether I can get the door round with you guys there, but here we go. Now you can see in the bottom of here, there isn't that many chips in the bottom of here. There might be a few round by where the cord's hanging down, but that's, you know, that's horses for courses. You're going to get a little bit of that anyway, but there's not much, as you can see, in the bottom of there. And this is all down to the fact, let me just move you again, this is all down to the fact that we've got these holes in the door here that allow for a little bit of movement in the air that's passing through. Now this is why I put those in there. Now what I've done now is I've actually switched the blast gate on the back of here on, and I've covered up the top of the router table, so I have the option now of actually sending some chips right through here, and as you can see, it will work absolutely brilliantly. Let me just switch on the route on this extractor. And I'll take up my trusty bucket of chips. The air you can feel is going through there, and I'll put some on there, and you can see it actually takes all the chips away, as you can see, all through there, and you can hear them. But as you close this down, the more the chips will get, as you can see, get pulled away. This is why when you use this, you actually use the fence as close as you can to the actual cutter itself. Then it creates more of a airflow going through. I'll do that again. I'll put some on there, and as you can see, if you close these down again, it will take all those chips away like that. And excuse me for 1 second, but I'll do that side as well, and you can see it just takes those chips away. So obviously you close the router fence down, so it will actually go encompass round the router bit as best as you can. That's why this is so big, so I can put bigger and better router bits in there. Right, so there we have it. My dust extraction on my large router table. Now, this system that I have all set up here might not work for you. It might not, but it's taken me years to actually get to this stage of finding out what is right for me. So in putting on all the blast gates and making sure that all the airflow is going in the right direction. So there we go. Now if you like this video, click like, and you know, if you don't like it, click the unlike button. It really doesn't matter, but either way it inspires me to actually make better videos for you guys out there. And remember the subscribe button. So I'll see you next time, and don't forget, all the stuff you see here today, I will try and put some links in the description down below, and you can also comment down there as well if you like. So I will see you next time. Bye bye.